we've all obviously been parented by parents or adults, and just want to pose a question for you. In your experience, would you consider your parents more of the dictator style or more of a democratic government style? As for me and my parents, when I was a kid, my father and mother would make decisions on my behalf, and they would say, well, that's my decision, and I get to make that decision because I'm the parent. And when you become the parent, then you get to make the decisions. But until then, it's up to me. And so this speech is a little bit, has to do with a little bit of what Doug was talking about today. There would be little pieces of that about looking to your parents to see what you should do, and the guidance that we provide to our children. So it revolves around when the right time it is to allow children to make decisions for themselves. There's a story of a father who was trying to get his kid to eat his vegetables. And the father says, eat your vegetables. And the kid says, I don't want to. And the mother says to the dad, well, just leave him alone, you know, it's okay, he doesn't have to eat his vegetables. And the dad says, when I was your age, I never got to do what I wanted to do. And I still don't get to do what I want to do because I have to listen to her. So is it appropriate to to make your kid eat half of their veggies? Growing up for myself, I had to eat half of what was on my plate. Out of every little portion, my dad instructed me that I had to eat half of the good stuff that I liked, and also half of the Brussels sprouts, which I couldn't physically get down. They would come back up every time I tried, and to this day, I do not eat Brussels sprouts. So should I make my kid eat Brussels sprouts? I don't know. There's something that I heard that says that kids, when they grow up, they like really bland flavors, and there's a scientific reason for that. And the reason is that kids don't know what's poisonous and what's not poisonous, and as adults you get to learn that fact of what is and what isn't, and you allow yourself to taste diverse tastes. And as a kid, you don't have that knowledge, so automatically you don't touch anything that tastes different or not bland. And so there's a reason for that. Switching gears, though, it's still about making decisions. My kid, he plays baseball. He's really good at baseball. Growing up, my parents, his grandparents, they thought, wow, this kid is just so good when we would play, you know, wiffle ball in the backyard. And he would crush the ball, and it seemed like he had a natural talent for playing baseball. My parents still remark about this, and when he plays Little League today, he has fun. Although it is hard to get him out to the baseball diamond. He would rather play video games. And so because of that, even though he is really good, and even though he does have a lot of fun playing baseball, he has informed me that he does not want to play baseball next year. And so as a parent, I have a decision to make. What should I do? Should I allow my son to, for his wishes, not play baseball, or should I say, well, I know it's good for you and you're going to play anyways? Thankfully, he is really good, and actually it's not because he's afraid of the baseball. He's actually pretty fearless at the plate, and he's one of the better players on the team. However, he would much rather burn his retinas out with his Nintendo DS or his Nintendo Wii or his iPad or the computer. So, am I hurting my kid by allowing him to play video games all day rather than go play baseball? There's a story of Steve Johnson, who's he's a USC, he's actually a professional tennis player today on the tennis tour. And as a college player, some people called him the best college player ever. He played for USC and won the national championship with the USC men's team all 4 years, and was the player of the year probably all those 4 years. When he got to the professional level, however, he started losing when he played against the best in the world. And so that story goes to show that to actually make it to the pros takes so much dedication that even the best college player in the world may not even be amongst the top 100 in the world. So It does take personal drive and a personal choice, I believe, within a child to actually get good and to achieve in anything that they decide to do. And because of that, I think that I've made the decision that it should be up to him as far as what he wants to do. And that is a little bit more of a libertarian style. The libertarian style says that big government, get out of the way, let the citizen make the decisions. Now, I do believe that parenting is important. I do believe also that government is important. And I think that they should have similar type roles, where we do need government for defense, we need government for police to keep us safe, we need infrastructure for a place to live, and we need, as parents, we need to provide housing for our kids. Government provides us leadership, and also as a parent we should provide leadership. However, too much government, I think too much parenting, and too much enforcement and less choice, I think follows the same, kind of the same path as far as children to the parent and a citizen to the government. So I'm not going to force my kid to eat his Brussels sprouts. Unless he's gone on a 5-day candy binge, I might put a stop to that. I'm not going to force my kid to play a certain sport, but I will make sure that he does stay active, just for health reasons. However, I'm going to let him choose what activity that is. I think the drive has to be there within each kid, and I am going to allow my kid to make choices. My kid loves video games, but I think that's okay, because maybe in the future our society will be more technologically focused on electronics. So in conclusion, I believe that the best parents will provide leadership, keep them safe, provide infrastructure and housing, but I think as parents they should keep their parenting libertarian and limited.
Wow, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. Parenting, we love it, but it's a tough job.
Yes.
It's tough. Okay.